Welcome to Inside Dev Mission episode number 6. We're so delighted to have with us someone that I've been seeing her growth within the organization for about a year and a half. And we're so delighted to have today with us Ruqaiyah Angeles. Welcome, Ruqaiyah. How are you today?
Oh, Leo, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for asking and looking forward to share your wonderful journey with our organization, with the audience out there that is captivated through our YouTube channel and our social media. So, you want to
Mhm.
get started right away?
Let's do it.
All right, I like it. So, first question I have for you today, for everyone out there to that is watching this video, can you please tell us which cohort did you graduate from our pre-apprenticeship program?
Yeah, so I was just earlier informed because I didn't even know. I graduated from the summer 2019 cohort out of the Robert B. Pitts site.
That's exciting. What do you remember the most about that cohort?
You know, the cup of noodles, the snacks was so great. The thing I most remember was definitely the graduation. I think it was at LinkedIn. It was so nice. We had a little stage. I think I actually spoke as one of the like opening ceremony people, and so it was very memorable just because I graduated with my brother who was also who graduated at the same time, and so it was definitely something that changed a lot of my siblings lives, just because they see us in this program, they see us graduating at LinkedIn. That was their first time there, and so it was a very memorable moment. The family was there, everybody was there and supporting, and we even had people that we knew outside of the program come and join, so it was really good.
Nice. Yes, I still remember that graduation very well. And I remember I met your father. We had a great conversation about what can we do
Mhm.
throughout that journey. But of course, pandemic hit back in 2020. So as you can imagine, that has also changed a lot of your growth within the tech industry. And that's the reason why we're doing this Inside Dev Mission episode number 6 to find out more about what you've been doing and how you're empowered to choose that journey within the tech industry. So, can you please tell us right now? Are you currently in school? Are you working? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, so currently I'm a second year or wrapping up my second year as a student as a computer science major at SF State. And so I'm also concurrently enrolled in like some entrepreneurship thing at City College, but my main gig is computer science. So not working yet, but I'm in school full time.
Well, congratulations for you doing this amazing journey to become one of the computer science major students at the university. And we're so excited to know that you're going to continue that journey for years to come. One of the things that I wanted to ask you as well today, and this is important for everyone out there to start thinking about why this organization is so important to prepare the next generation of tech talent. So, can you please tell us how has Dev Mission prepared you for your career in tech?
You know, I can go off on a tangent with this question. Um, I would definitely say that Dev Mission has been a very special type of program for me personally. I joined Dev Mission as a minor at 17 years old. I just graduated high school. Um, Salesforce just put up their building. All of us natives were like, dang building is so tall. What is it doing here? And so Dev Mission was definitely like the first place that I learned about tech and the different opportunities that tech offers. It has provided me with continuous support, guidance, as well as different opportunities to thrive within the tech space in general, especially as a woman, as a person of color, especially. Um, and so, like during my pre-apprenticeship experience, not only did I learn about hardware and software and IoT, but there was also a lot of connections. There were basic expectations, a lot of soft skills, and I think that it was. I think it's less about what Dev Mission directly teaches us as students, but more how it prepares us young people for more powerful impact in terms of what we're looking for and what we're looking to do in the future. Um, there's so much you can learn from the people at Dev Mission, from Leo, yourself, obviously, the instructors, the volunteers, as well as the other students. It is a very good mix of educated, driven, passionate people that are sponges of knowledge. And I try to take everything in and learn from everything in terms of experience, in terms of people. And I feel like Dev Mission as a whole has prepared me in ways that other programs haven't, by focusing not only on the tech skills, the hard skills, all the things that you need to get the job, but also the soft skills, what's necessary to thrive and to succeed in this industry, as well as this, the tech field as a whole. And that's what makes this program stand out for me, and how it's kind of prepared me going into the tech industry, or in my major for right now.
Great. Wonderful to hear those wonderful opportunities that this organization has connected with you. And it's all about connections sometimes to prepare yourself for those
Mhm.
opportunities. Why don't we kind of talk a little bit more about what happened after that summer cohort? You were excited to graduate from the program. You were thinking about, well, what I'm going to be doing next. Can you share with the audience out there what type of career opportunities were you able to apply after graduating from the program?
Yeah, so oddly enough, right after I graduated the program, I actually interned with Dev Mission as the CTA, which is the Community Technology Associate. Cut that out. And basically, there I was able to connect with a lot of the local community and provide adequate assistance in terms of technology issues they were having. Um, and so I did that. I was only supposed to do it for, I think, about 6 months, and I ended up doing it for a year. So as you guys can tell, I definitely do love the community, Dev Mission, the work that we're doing here. And after that, I think I took about a semester, half a semester off of being involved with Dev Mission, just to focus on my studies. And soon enough, now I'm actually a Uber fellowship, which is in partnership with Uber, Dev Mission, obviously, and Code for SF. So I've been actively involved in that.
That's exciting to hear. What a journey, right? Just like you say, you were turning 17 years old, and all of a sudden, all these opportunities came to you, and you
Mhm.
were decided to grab those opportunities. And I think a lot of times young people don't realize that those opportunities are available to them. But
Right.
beyond the opportunities that we have created for you, I want to catch up also on your personal goal.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of times young people right after high school, they're trying to figure out what to do next. And I wanted to ask you how this mission has been helping you to achieve those goals even before the program or during the program or after the program. So yeah, share with the audience what type of goals you have been able to accomplish with our organization.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think my biggest goal, and I actually remember very faintly that on orientation day, I sat in the front row. I think it was like seat number one, had my backpacks, and it was me on seat number two. And we were asked this question, what's your goal here? What are you doing here? Right. And my goal was to change the face of women of color within the tech industry. And I said that at 17. And that was my goal. And I think that Dev Mission alone has definitely been a jumping off point for me, in understanding, one, what does it mean to, change the face of women of color? I'm 17, a minor, and just big dreams, big goals. But not only what does it mean, how to do it. And so Dev Mission, Leo especially, has definitely assisted me in my goals by allowing my voice to be heard. Through interviews like this, I did a few talks for Dev Mission with the graduation, with the, what is it called? With OFA at the City Hall in front of the mayor of San Francisco. I also spoke at the youth benefit, and so I think that I've been able to share my perspective, and I hold a very, very, like, how do I say, unique perspective in this industry. And I feel like it definitely needs to be heard. And Dev Mission is definitely one of those platforms that have given me that opportunity. And so, you know, I actually last summer, I think it was, sometime in June, um, you know, ended up kind of creating my own little organization thing I have going on. And that was completely fueled by Dev Mission, like um, I learned about how interning with Dev Mission has given me, ew, I don't like how that says. Okay. Interning with Dev Mission helped me understand how to run a business, how to run a nonprofit, how to do it in a way where you're inspiring others. And so for me, I took my information, my knowledge, my experience, and I tried to create a group of people that are trying to do the same thing, but more specific to us women. And like I said, our perspective isn't out there. And Dev Mission has definitely been a great support. I bother Leo all the time about everything. And so, when I'm dying and crying at 4 a.m. Because we missed a curly bracket and our entire code breaks, I think back to Dev Mission, the work that, Dev Mission is doing, and Leo, and the work that I want to do in the future. And it's definitely provided a motivation for me to continue to strive and to do better and to achieve my goals of changing the face of women of color within the tech industry.
Wow, that is awesome. First of all, I want to congratulate you for making yourself available. And I think a lot of times young people don't realize that they can be empowered to choose that journey. They just need the connections, they need the resources, they need the opportunity. But also, just like you say, right? It's a group effort, it's a sponge approach, and you have completely done that. So we want to thank you for not only being able to accomplish the short-term goals, because I'm pretty sure there are long-term goals that we want to continue to support you. And don't forget, we have an appointment tomorrow to talk about another exciting program that you're doing with the Uber Fellowship. So you can clearly see, everyone out there, that you have, young people like Ruqaiyah that came in, got exposed to this opportunity, and they just decided to take ownership of that process. So we continue to encourage everyone, and looking forward to continue to help you with that journey. But as you start thinking about this journey, and the challenges that you have been facing, and of course being resilient, um, how can you describe, um, within 3 words, if you like, and if it's more than three, that's okay, your overall experience so far, from the first day you walk into our building, like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know I'm signed up for this program, to this wonderful interview inside Dev Mission episode number 6. 3 words, and if you add more to that, that's okay. We're fine with that.
Whew, 3 words. Man, let's see. I think in 3 words to describe Dev Mission and my overall experience, I would say unique, multi-beneficial, and long-lasting. And the reason why is I think I said it a little bit earlier about why I think Dev Mission is unique and how it stands out to me. They definitely focus on things that I'm good at. I'm good at being social and being the soft skills and things like that. But they also help with the tech skills, obviously. Multi-beneficial, I think that, over the past year or two that I've been involved with Dev Mission, um, benefits, opportunities, it comes my way and I try and help where I can. And so definitely multi-beneficial in that perspective, and long lasting. I think that the people that I've met with Dev Mission, in terms of staff, students, volunteers, I still keep in touch with them till this day. I've made friends through my cohorts. I've invited my friends from my college to join Dev Mission because I see how much we're doing here, and it only strengthens our relationships. And so it's long lasting, relationship building. It's great. But yeah, in 3 words, I think that's a good kind of overview or wrap up.
Thank you very much for sharing those wonderful words. And at the end of the day, right, everyone that comes to the mission might have a different overall perspective of what they have been engaged with. But
Mhm.
knowing that it's coming from you, you're speaking from the heart, it's very exciting to hear. So for all you listeners out there, they're thinking about, well, where do I go to start thinking about a career in the tech industry? Well, you have right here someone that has done that, and the time has been an amazing experience.
Mhm.
You kind of mentioned throughout this interview some of the most memorable things that you have accomplished with that mission. But is there like another memorable moment away from everything that you have been exposed to right from the first day, being able to graduate at LinkedIn, spoke in front of the mayor, be part of our youth benefit, and now engage with the Uber Fellowship in partnership with Code for Itself? Would you say there's another memorable moment that just gives you like the power to always be so resilient and excited about this journey? Would that be something you might want to add to the previous ones that you mentioned, which are very exciting for sure?
Hmm. Let's see. There's so many that like I don't know which one's the most memorable. Let's see. I would say definitely corporate site visits.
Mm.
Do I have a tech company in mind? Hmm. I won't say because, I may work at these places in the future. So I would definitely say corporate site visits as a whole, because like I said, I joined this program as a minor. And at that point, I think I only went to one tech company, and we're in the tech hub and they're literally in our backyard. So like I said, I haven't been to any of the tech companies. And so the most memorable moments is, when I'm able to go to these companies and see people that look like me, and, see the panel of women, and um, eat all their food and all their snacks. I think that just being invited to these spaces, it provides motivation, and allows us to envision ourselves there. I think that, like the workers are so nice. They're so welcoming. Their presentations, what we do there, it kind of opens our eyes to a wider community. And we kind of think beyond, school. We think beyond career. It's kind of like, where do we see ourselves? Where do we want to be in 5, 10 years and things like that? And so, yeah, definitely the corporate side visits, they're memorable because it allows me to see myself at these places, and it only helps me when striving for better, for more.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. So now let's go into like the sharing approach. I think that a lot of times you said it in the past when we were in person that you were always telling everyone about the organization, the opportunities, the resources that you all get from being part of the program. But um, especially right now with this situation that we are, knowing that things are going to open up at some point, this remote access, this new way to adapt to technology has been really interesting for a lot of young people. But regardless of that, what advice do you have to someone just like you, perhaps within your age range, um, to just learn more about tech but doesn't know where to start? What would you say would be some tips for them?
Hmm. And that's the hard part. What advice do I give? I would say, well, I just want to start off by saying life is too short to put yourself in a position to struggle. And so, with that being said, build your networks, connect with everybody on LinkedIn, leverage your connections, and take advantage of the opportunities such as Dev Mission, right? And it doesn't have to be Dev Mission. It could be any other program, your school, career advisors, counselors, things like that. Definitely take advantage of the opportunities and the knowledge that they share. And then more specifically, when it comes to tech, I think for me as a woman and person of color, I think I still struggle with finding my place in this industry, right? Because even though, you know, I know I belong in tech, like I don't see myself in any other industry. Let's be real. And so even with that, it's like, well, what do you want career wise? I don't know. What do you want once you're in your career, right? Not saying that, switch your careers like every other day, but, how do you continue to grow? And that's something where like you just got to get used to being uncomfortable, because when you get too comfortable, you know, you're not going anywhere, right? And so definitely be okay with being uncomfortable, with where you are, with who you are, and with what you want to do in the future, because it's when you start talking about what you're interested in, what you want to do, what you want to see yourself doing, that other people step in and try and help. My biggest piece of advice in terms of virtually, is to get involved in tech spaces. There's a lot of programs that are trying to accommodate being virtual, just because of many different things. I think that especially during the pandemic, we've been able to actually connect with more people everywhere. Um, Before, in person, we kind of are limited to our geographic location. And so now that we're virtual and we're able to talk to people in China, able to talk to people in a different state, like Florida or New York, it kind of, it helps, but also provides challenges. And so getting involved in these tech spaces, whether that's joining Slacks, Facebook groups, following their Instagrams, joining random events on Eventbrite. And that's what I used to do. Even when we were back in person, I would go to like Eventbrite, free tech events, maybe for women or maybe for networking. And you just go and you put your best foot forward, and you introduce yourself confidently, and you see where it takes you. Definitely do your research, so you're not just joining like a random team event. And once you do join all these online communities, get involved. I think the one thing that people kind of, the misconception is like you're supposed to join this program and everything is supposed to come to you. I think you have to put in effort. You have to ask questions and, like I said, get involved. And then people will undoubtedly try and help you. And so, yeah, definitely get involved, make your name out there, get your LinkedIn, increase your LinkedIn, connect with a lot of different people, and reach out, be uncomfortable. And yeah, I'm just ranting at this point, but yeah.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for that insight. And, I kind of can picture so many opportunities that you mentioned, right? That these young people have available now living in San Francisco. And regardless of the situation we're in or this virtual environment, there's still a lot of ways that you can kind of get to know where you can be. And then eventually from there, right, attend all the different opportunities and being able to show up. So thank you for sharing that with our audience today that's watching this amazing interview. So now let's go a little bit deeper into this interview, and knowing that you already been with us for like almost 2 years, looking forward to continue to see the amazing work that you have done after you graduate from the Uber Fellowship and what other opportunities will be available for you this summer and beyond. But where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, Ruqaiyah? I think that's one of the questions that I love to hear from all of our alumni that are being engaged with that program after they graduate. So tell us, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Oh my God. Me in 5 years. I don't even know how to answer that question. I can say that I'll be working in a big tech company in my dream role. I could say that I'm looking for a long-term partner and want to settle down. I don't know, life is very different. In the past 2 years, my life has transformed. And it has changed so much because of Dev Mission, because of tech as a whole, my major, the things that the projects that I've been trying to do. And so there's an overwhelming amount of opportunity living in San Francisco, taking advantage of my connections and the opportunities that my school, Dev Mission, outside programs has provided me, that only time will tell what will happen in 5 years. And I feel like that's so cliche to say. But if you asked me this question last year, I would tell you that I'd be the first software engineer in my family. And, I'd work at a big tech company like Google or Salesforce. I'd be eating my life away, coding at 3 a.m. And, now a year later, my answer is completely different. I don't see myself in 5 years working for a big tech company. I envision myself creating my own startup or building out my nonprofit, And so it's crazy how things will happen in your life and your goals and what you want for your future change. I definitely do want to own a house, do my investments, and get my money right. But in terms of career wise, um, it really just depends on, what happens from now until 5 years from now. So we'll see, but you will be updated and we'll do a future interview about what happens.
That is awesome. Wow, this has been a great experience so far. I have been enjoying this conversation with you, and I still cherish all the wonderful conversations we had working together at 360 Valencia. You providing tech support, me running around like a chicken with no head, trying to figure out what else can we do for the organization. So we want to continue to thank you for being an advocate for the work that we're doing. So, a couple more questions for you, and one has to do when you're out there talking to everyone about yourself and your journey, what is like one thing that you want everyone or people out there to know about Dev Mission? What would that be? Just one thing that you want everyone to know about this wonderful organization.
The one thing, if I were to pinpoint it, let's see. Um, I would say I would want other people to know that Dev Mission is here to help. Um, I think that there are a lot of nonprofits out there striving to do the same stuff, all trying to help us, get into places. And I've been a part of them. I have. I've done programs. I've attended events. I've spoken at their things, and none have helped me in ways that Dev Mission has. Um, they've, you guys have opened doors for me, provided me with connections that landed other opportunities such as internships. I think that the connections that I've made mean more. Like I said, long lasting relationship building that, you know, we all have Dev Mission in common now. And so it only strengthens what we want. And, like I said, it's changed my life. Um, and I think that Dev Mission as a nonprofit, as a whole, has put forth the effort to seeing you, whoever you may be, succeed. So please take advantage of what they offer. Ask a lot of questions. That's what I did, and see where I am now. Leo answers all of them to the best of his abilities. Um, and so yeah, like Dev Mission is here to help you. They're here to see you succeed and be the next generation of tech talent. And so, you can be me in the next year or two. We can all work at Google, we can all work at Salesforce, we can all work at Twitter, all of these places. And it takes programs like these to get us there. Especially, me as a woman, as a person of color, I struggle with everything in my major, right? Feeling lonely, feeling um, like I'm struggling and no one can relate to me. And I join Dev Mission and I create these relationships where, I'm able to talk about these things. I'm able to provide my perspective and to rant about all the nights, the sleepless nights. And, I never used to be a night owl and now I am. And Dev Mission was that platform, was that community that I needed to help me push forward, to help me know and to give me motivation, because I belong here, right? I belong in the tech industry, but I'm not alone. I Me and my friends, we talk all the time about how much Dev Mission has helped us, how much, we are crying about our code, and how much we want to do in the future and how much Dev Mission has helped us with it. And so definitely take advantage of Dev Mission, the programs. It is set up to have us succeed. And if you follow the roadmap, or even if you stray off a little bit, you're definitely more well off compared to others in your major, others in your college, and those at your age. Because I started Dev Mission at 17, and I've done so much and I'm about to turn 20 this fall. And so, going on 3 years, my life, like I said, has changed so much. And you could be the next to me. So if you need help, reach out to me, get involved in Dev Mission. And yeah, I'm excited to see, to meet you, whoever you may be, and help you. If you need anything, I'm here. I know Dev Mission like the back of my hand. So it's like, I know everything that goes on. So definitely reach out if you need help.
Well, that was so awesome. And I was going to ask you some other questions, but you kind of answered them with that answer. So this has been amazing, amazing interview that I've done so far. I'm so excited to see these wonderful alumni that every time come to these wonderful interviews and they just share their journey, and that journey just it's just beginning, right? They're barely getting to that tip of the surface, and once they get there, things are gonna open up more. So, yeah, we just want to kind of wrap up this interview, and I have a final question because I always come out of the cuts. Um, right
Right.
now, yeah, right now you're doing your Uber fellowship and in partnership with Code for SF. Um, can you give us a little snapshot of what you're working on? And I know that program is a project-based model where young people build web apps and websites. Can you share a little bit with the audience? What is the that you're building right now, and what new technology have you learned out of the Uber fellowship?
Oh God. So with the Uber Fellowship, I'm working with one of my friends on, her name is Aisha Atif. Shout out to you, since you'll be the next one up here. I'm working with her on a program called Code Switch. And so essentially, the web application is supposed to facilitate connecting collegiate students. We are interested in more engineering and computer science students just because we think that it would help this target market, but we are open to any major. And we're helping them connect to mentors in the tech industry. So tech volunteers, these people are everybody from management, down to software engineering, data scientists, recruiters. And so the website is kind of, think of Bumble, but for mentorship, but a little bit different. And so I think that a lot of the programs nowadays, at least for mentorship, they use very fancy AI to pair us up based off what we're interested in, what our major is, what job we want in the future. And then we get paired up and we don't really vibe with them. We don't connect. And then, it's like, well, you're kind of forced to be with them for the next however duration of the mentorship program is for. And, you can't really leave or get, you can't, it's kind of like you join that program. So you kind of got to see it through. And so we tried to bring back the human aspect to mentoring. And so we're also trying to bring back consent. So how we're trying to be different is students are going to go on our website, create their profile, make it all fancy and pretty, and they're going to go through a mentorship like gallery page where they're able to view the profiles and see who they're interested in. Hey, I was interested in product management, I want to set up a call. And everyone is going to be set up with preliminary calls, and this is supposed to act as your first meeting, first impressions, so that there's not much of a commitment going into it. And so our platform can be used for purely networking, for preliminary calls, and if you like them, you like what their vibe is, you think that they can help you, then you request a mentorship. And see, both parties have to accept each other's invitations, requests, and then you go into your mentorship. So now you've built this relationship, and you're going in 3 months, and say, for example, they can't help you. Hey, I actually just switched my major, I'm interested in something else. Now, since you are connected with this person, you can ask them to now refer you to someone they know in their company, right? And so we're trying to create a mentorship program that puts humans at the center. I'm in a design thinking class, so this is how we're trying to like implement everything. But essentially, We want to create actual relationships, and we want people to have the ability and the power to go into relationships in terms of mentorships with who they want to and with who will best benefit them. We're trying to make it very focused on the person, and how do we accommodate all parties, right? There are a lot of, I've been in quite a few mentorship programs, and I'm trying to take all of the pain points that I've felt as a user and create a program that will address majority of them. And so we'll see what happens, but that's a little snippet.
Mhm.
We're working on a new logo and branding right now. And so there's a lot of things in store. You're right, Leo. We have our meeting tomorrow to discuss it more, but um, we'll see where it goes because it's a lot of work.
Well, that's great to hear the wonderful approach that you're having. And it all comes down, right, to the opportunities, the connections that you have been receiving, but most importantly, how you have to stay engaged with this wonderful work that we're trying to do here in San Francisco and down the road, Bay Area and beyond. So we want to thank you today. We're at the wrapping point of this interview. We want to continue to share this wonderful journey with everyone out there. I know you mentioned a couple colleagues of yours that we also going to interview that have been working very, very hard with you. So we want to thank you to continue to inspire those individuals as well. So with that, we want to thank you very much for being here today. I know you're super busy, but we appreciate the time you took away from your busy schedule to be part of our Inside Dev Mission episode number 6. Thank you very much, Ruqaiyah. Please say hi to Ethan, and looking forward to see maybe one or two of your siblings join Dev Mission at some point.
Thank you for having me. I will definitely let the family know you say hi. And yep, you will see the other four. You will see the rest of them.
We're looking forward to have them hopefully join in one of the summers. And thank you very much again. Stay safe, stay sound, and make sure that you continue to take care of yourself as you prepare your journey to become the next generation of tech talent, which indeed it will happen when you least expect it. Thank you all. Have a good day.